Welcome back. Today I wanted to unpack a little bit more that grammar topic that we're looking at. It is rather complex, but I'll break it down a little bit more so you can see that. So direct object pronouns, also known, we abbreviate it as DOP. Direct object pronouns, they tell who or what receives the action of the verb. Okay, an example, do you wash the dishes? What are we washing? We're washing the dishes, right? So yes, I washed them. It's a way to replace the dishes, the noun, with a pronoun. So instead of repeating the dishes, we can just say them. What are the direct object pronouns in Spanish? Remember, we're replacing the nouns. What are they in Spanish? I like to first just look at if we talk about objects. So if we talk about things, right? Not people, but things, nouns, right? So for masculine, of course, we'll have the difference, masculine, feminine. And masculine is singular, is lo. So this would be the L position, right, for the, but lo, it takes the lo, and plural would be los, right? Feminine, so we're talking about la casa, right? To replace la casa, it would be la, just, we could say la, for an example, and then plural would be las. So I'm just focusing on objects right now, not people. So the placement of direct object pronouns there are two options, right? And you've seen them, but if there's one verb, the direct object pronoun is placed before the conjugated verb. So some examples, here's an example. My father prepares the dinner. What is being prepared? You need to ask yourself that in your head. What is being prepared? The dinner is being prepared. So you would replace la cena with the feminine la, singular. Where does it go? It goes before the conjugated verb. So it would go right before it. Mi padre la prepara. Here's another one. Él lleva el abrigo. Abrigo is a winter coat. All right. So what is being worn? What is she wearing? Winter coat is el abrigo. It's masculine and singular. So you would replace it with lo. All right. And put that before the conjugated verb. You see lleva is your conjugated verb. So if you put it right before, you'll see it's ella lo lleva. She wears it. She wears it. Instead of saying the jacket or the coat, you could actually just say it, right? Because we know what we're talking about. All right, so yo lavo, I wash the dishes. I wash the dishes. So what is being washed? The dishes. What do we replace this whole noun? What pronoun can we use to replace it? It is plural, but it's masculine. So we could use lo. And where does it go? It goes right before the conjugated verb. So you would have yo los lavo. So here's some practice. It's a question, right? All these, we have a couple of these. Do you have a pencil? ¿Tienes un lápiz? Yes, I have it. That's what you want to say. Yes, I have it. What do you have? Pencil. The pencil is masculine, singular, and therefore you can replace it with lo. Where does lo go? Before the conjugated verb. Your answer with tengo, right? Because it's do you have. So, sí, lo tengo. We've got another one. ¿Tienes un cuaderno? Do you have a notebook? No, I don't have a notebook. So again, what do you have or what don't you have? A cuaderno, it's masculine singular, so it would be replaced with lo. And you would put it before the conjugated verb, which in this case is the answer of this one. So you would answer no, no lo tengo. Tienes una lámpara. Feminine singular would be la. What do you have, right? The lamp? No, you don't have it. So no, no. And then you would have your DOP, your pronoun, la tengo. No, no, la tengo. Tienes un teléfono celular. Sí. What are you talking about having? A cell phone is singular, masculine, lo. Sí, lo tengo. Sí, lo tengo. Do we have? Tienes un libro de texto de español. Do you have the Spanish book? So all this could be replaced with which one? Lo or la. Masculine, lo. Where does it go? It goes before the conjugated verb. So sí, lo tengo. Very easy to cut it down. Okay, there's a it, the way we say it in Spanish. So now we're going to plural. Do you have them? Do you have the shoes? Right? Los zapatos could be replaced with just simply los. Okay, and you put it before the verb. And here you have, sí, los tengo. Here we have bolsa, which is a purse or a bag. And la bolsa can be replaced with la. So, ¿tienes la bolsa? Sí, la tengo. And another one, gafas de sol or sunglasses. All of that could be replaced with las, right? So, ¿tienes las gafas de sol? Sí, las tengo. So now it's your turn to replace the direct object pronouns in this sentence. So here you are, there's 6 sentences. What you need to do is you need to look at them and identify what is the action of the verb or what receives the action of the verb. Okay, so in this case, what's being had, what's being drunken, whatever, what's being bought, what's being watched, what's being closed. Not who, but what. What is being closed. All right, and then identify them and figure out what direct object pronoun, the little short word of it, could be used instead. Look at the answers here in a minute. Go ahead and pause it so you can figure it out. All right, here are the answers. So I have written in parentheses what the direct object noun is, the long noun, right? The whole thing. You should have underlined this and you should have replaced it with the pronoun, which is this little short thing. Pronouns replace nouns. Remember, we've learned that before. So ella los tiene. She has the books. Ella los tiene, or she has them, right? Yo la tengo, I have it. Talking about a red shirt, I have it. Yo lo bebo, I drink it. Talking about a jugo. Okay, usted los compra. You buy the shoes, or you buy them. I'm sorry, you buy them. Okay, nosotros la miramos. We watch it. What's it? The TV. It's la televisión. And they close it. Where do they close? La tienda. So it's ellos la cierran. Notice that your verb still agrees with the pronoun, agrees with who is doing it in the sentence, right? Who is the focus? The verb is always going to match with who is doing it. What of the verb, right? What's the object? That is your little 2-letter, 3-letter word, direct object pronoun. So now there's a second way to place it. Okay, the direct object pronouns, they could either sorry, they could, if there's two verbs in the sentence, the direct object pronoun can be placed in two different places. Makes sense. Two verbs, two different places. Kind of goes together. Okay, first of all, you already learned this. We learned this before. It can go before the conjugate verb, right? Or it can be attached to a second verb, the infinitive. All right, let's see some examples of that. Ejemplo is example in Spanish. Nosotros necesitamos hacer la tarea. We need to do the homework. We need to do. The second verb is hacer. It's an infinitive. Remember, it's your basic verb. Okay, so what do we need to do? First of all, answering the question of the verb, right? What do we need to do? Or the verbs in this case. We need to do the homework. So you replace that, cross it out, and you replace it with la, right? We substitute la. If we don't want to say the homework, we can just say we do it. We did it, right? So the first way is your la goes before the conjugate verb. So you have nosotros la necesitamos hacer. Okay, you totally cut it out. You don't have to use it anymore. When you replace it, you replace it and it's gone. La refers to la tarea. Nosotros la necesitamos hacer. That's your first way. The second way, or the other way, is because we have a verb, a second verb, we can simply just attach it to the second verb. Nosotros necesitamos hacerla. And it flows a little bit easier. You don't have to think about placement as much, or putting it earlier in the sentence. You can just nosotros, we need it. We need to do it. We need to do it. So it is right attached at the end. But you do need to know both ways, because if you know the first way, you can use it when there's only one verb, right? But we are doing it with two verbs so that you can have practice with attaching it to infinitive. So ahora ustedes las hagan. So right now, I want you guys to do it. I want you to do them. So rewrite the sentences using the direct object pronoun, and do it in both ways. So if these have two verbs, right? Quiero comer, tengo que is considered one verb, caminar, va a is considered one, comer is considered second. All right, so replace them. Here we go. I want to eat lunch. Sounds about right. Yep. What do I want to eat? Lunch. El almuerzo. You cross off el almuerzo and replace it with lo. All right. Where does it go? The lo can go in two places. It can go rewritten in your sentence at the front of the conjugated verb, or attached to the infinitive. So again, lo is the direct object pronoun that we're using. So you could have lo quiero comer, or quiero comerlo. All right, so I'll give you a couple more minutes here on your own. Yo tengo que caminar el perro. I have to walk the dog. What's being walked? The dog. What would you replace el perro with? You would replace it with lo. All right, so the lo, therefore, can go when you rewrite it. It can go before your verb, your conjugated verb, or it can go attached to the infinitive. So your answers, lo tengo que caminar, or tengo que caminarlo. Either one. They're both correct. You do need to know how to do both of them, because by figuring out both of them, you know how to do it if there's only one verb. Because if there is only one verb, it has to go before it. Okay, but if there are two, it can go attached. So mi hermana va a comer la cena. My sister is going to eat dinner. My sister is going to eat dinner. What is she going to eat? The dinner. It gets replaced with la, right? It, la. And that la can go in two places. You rewrite your sentence and put the la where it belongs. The la can either with an arrow if you prefer, or you put it in there. La goes before the conjugated verb, or it can go attached. So mi hermana still is first, right? Because the verb is va. The conjugated verb is va. So your la should go right before the conjugated verb. So you have mi hermana la va a comer. Or your second way, mi hermana va a comer la. Okay, there are two more. I want you to figure them out. You can pause it here for a bit, and then you can start it up again. So the first one, number 4, is Nacho doesn't want to have a gap. Does not want to have a gap. I've underlined the DOP for you. Un gato is lo. Lo goes right before the conjugated verb or attached to the infinitive. And you have Nacho, still starts it. Nacho no lo quiere tener. Or you have Nacho no quiere tenerlo. Number 5, replace, she needs to use the books. What does she need to use? The books. So you replace the direct object noun with the pronoun, the short one, right? Pronouns are shorter, usually, always, with los. And los goes right before the conjugated verb or attached to the infinitive. So you end up with ella los necesita usar, or yes, ella necesita usarlos. It's attached to the verb. See that? All right, so just focusing on if an object, if it's an it, right? I hear it object, male or masculine or feminine. All right, we'll stop there for now. Get a little bit of practice in with just when they're objects.